Good morning. I'm Michelle Ferneris, MoDOT Assistant District Engineer here in St. Louis District. MoDOT has nearly 34,000 roadways. Clearing those roadways during a winter storm is a critical function of the department. We do prioritize those routes for clearing, so MoDOT crews will be focusing on our interstates and working down into the other higher volume priority routes from there. So please give our crews plenty of room to work. If you do want access, you can check our road conditions via the traveler information map that's available through an app on your phone, or you can go to modot.org to check those road conditions. We do anticipate rapidly changing road conditions throughout the rest of today, so be prepared. If you do have to travel, you can check those conditions. For further updates on the weather, I am joined today with National Weather Service.
Thank you very much. Again, Kevin with the National Weather Service here. And yes, this light snow has already begun, and we expect it to continue to increase in intensity through the next few hours. So time is kind of running out to get home. The good news is this snow is not expected to last overly long. We're expecting a burst of moderate to heavy snow to be about 3 to 4 hours. So moving in late this morning, and then it should start to taper off by mid to late afternoon. So, you know, if you are at home or if you are at work and kind of stuck there, if you wait later into the evening, I think at least the snow falling will come to an end, although some of the road conditions obviously will still be, could still be a little tricky. With this snow is coming very, very cold temperatures, bitterly cold temperatures. In fact, these are temperatures that we haven't seen in 30 years in December, since 1989. We are expecting wind chill values, kind of what it feels like to your skin, to be about 30 degrees below zero by this evening into early tomorrow morning. So I've heard some folks mention, oh, we're going to go sledding and enjoy the snow. This is not the kind of snow to do that in. It's going to be very, very cold. Frostbite could set in 15 to 30 minutes. So please, please, please just stay inside, stay in warm, and stay in the heat. Tomorrow, the temperatures will continue to be cold. We only expect air temperatures to be just a little bit above zero, and those wind chill values will continue to stay below zero. So even tomorrow, it's going to be cold. It's going to be dangerous to be outside. The good news is it does look like we're going to kind of gradually warm up through the weekend. And into, especially by late next week, we're expecting temperatures back into the 50s. So we might be bringing in the new year with temperatures above normal. So luckily this cold shot is just a few days here, and then it looks like we will gradually kind of warm up through next week. Any questions for me? Okay. Questions? Take it to Dallas.
Good morning. Well, the day we've been preparing for and talking about all week long is here. So far this morning across the area, we haven't had any weather-related incidents, but you know that could change quickly in the next little while. You know, we've been talking all week to avoid travel if you can, and the roads that I've been on this morning, the traffic has been relatively light. So hopefully people have listened to us and taken that advice. So thank you to you folks that have. If you had to get out this morning, you know, now's the time to start making preparations for your afternoon. If you have the chance to leave work early, do so. If you haven't filled up your gas tanks and got your car prepared for being out, now's the time to get that done before it starts coming down. There is some light precipitation falling across the area. There might be some damp roadways. Some roads might be wet by now. The temperatures are below zero, or I'm sorry, below freezing. So, you know, watch those bridges, overpasses. Those are the first areas to start freezing over and becoming slick. So if you are out, again, just make preparations, you know, slow down, drive at safe speeds for the roads that you're on, leave plenty of distance between you and those other vehicles in front of you. You might be driving safely, but the car in front of you might have to slam on their brakes, causing you to have to hit your brakes, and then you're going to start sliding, and once you start sliding, you're out of control. So just, if you can avoid travel, do so, but if you're out already, start making preparations to do your best to get off the roadway before the afternoon.
Bob Becker, District Maintenance Engineer from MoDOT St. Louis District. As been said, precip's already moved into the area. We've got full crews out. We had full crews, some out last night just keeping an eye on things, but this morning everybody's out. We got a treatment out ahead of the storm, and we'll be treating as it comes in, trying to have that bond breaker down to keep that from freezing hard on the roadways. And we've activated our 24/7 operations, so we'll be working 24/7 till this thing is out of the district and roads are back to near normal conditions. So, as always, give us plenty of room when you're out there. See our trucks out there, give us plenty of room. We're trying to get our job done. We got a big piece of equipment. We want everybody to be careful out there. One of the big concerns with this will still be going on at the back end of rush hour. Traffic was light this morning. Like Dallas said, it was greatly appreciated, folks staying home, and hopefully it's a light rush hour, but that's still going to be in the middle of this storm event. So conditions will change quickly over here the next couple hours and going in through that. You know, our big concerns looking forward is these cold temperatures come in. And once something gets stuck down on the road, if we can't get it off, it'll be there a while. I mean, the winds will pick up. There's possible blizzard conditions out there. Visibility is going to be low. So we ask people to be careful if they're out there. If they can stay home, stay off the roads, it's better for all of us because we want our folks to be safe and everybody else to be safe. And to go on our travel information map and check out our road conditions if you do have to go somewhere so you're aware of what's going on. We want people to be careful and be safe out there. I'll turn it back over to Dallas. Okay.
I just wanted to add another thing. With these sub-zero wind chills, like Kevin said, is extremely dangerous. So if for some reason you find yourself stranded or you slid off into a ditch, stay inside your car. That's a good windbreak. Like I said, those wind chills is very dangerous to your skin. Hypothermia can set in very quickly. Have that extra blankets, coats. Make sure your gas tank's full, but stay inside your vehicle, and you can call star 55 or 911, and we can get help out there to you guys. Also, across the state, we've in the eastern or western side of the state, we've had some complaints about motorists pulling over on the shoulders of the roadway because their windshields are freezing up, their wipers are freezing up. The shoulder of the roadway right now is not the time, the place to do that. Take an exit ramp, get into a parking lot, a gas station, and use those areas of safety to get those windshields clean.
Hey, Dallas, can you also talk about the high winds and semi-trucks?
Yes, if you're going to be driving a tractor trailer, you got a higher vehicles. Those high winds could cause you to whip a little bit and lose control of that vehicle. So if you're driving down the highway and you see a tractor trailer in front of you, give them a little bit of room because the high winds could cause them to blow around on the interstates a little bit.
So just a reminder, if you must travel today, please slow down. Please give snowplow operators plenty of room to work. If you can, please stay behind those plows. Do not try to pass those plows. Give them plenty of room to work. MoDOT crews will be focusing on our interstates. It is very likely that there will be extended periods of time on the other lower volume routes before you see a snowplow. Again, MoDOT efforts are going to be focused on our interstates and working down from the higher volume major routes from there. With that, we can take any questions.
We know you guys have been pre-treating the roads, but we've been hearing, with the conditions getting so cold, some of that may not be effective for people that have to travel tomorrow. Can you give any insight into what that may mean for their travels?
Would you like to discuss treatment?
Yeah, treatment in these conditions, like I said the other day, I mean, it does work slower, and that does cause some problems. Our treatment has worked like it was supposed to because it did come in when everything's coming in. It was above freezing, so we did get some melting, so that the brine ahead of time and the treatment we're putting down beforehand is going to help that bond breaker. But at some point, it's going to get where that's not going to be as effective, and especially one of those big concerns we're talking about is all the blowing conditions and back on the roadway. One of those things, you've gone through an area and everything's fine, and everything's clear. You come back across, we may have had some snow blow across that roadway, and it may be on the roadway. So that's conditions you really got to watch out in these when it's windy like this. So that's a big concern.
I know Kevin mentioned that we haven't seen temps like this in about 30 years. How does that impact preparedness?
I mean, we've had a lot of discussions this week. I mean, equipment, everything like that is harder in any extreme conditions. We've checked our fuel to make sure it's not going to gel up on us, and we've got alternatives in case that does happen. Our mechanics are prepared for that. Material in the back of the bed's freezing up, just things, hydraulics not working. Those are things we've all talked about with all our facilities and knowing these are the fixes for those type things, because we're going to run into some of that, absolutely, with these cold temperatures, because we're going to be out in the middle of the night.
We'll take one more question and we'll be done. So, no more questions?
At what temperature does diesel gel up without additives?
Then I'm not sure exactly where that area is, because that's kind of the other side of the house for me. I just rely on them heavily to take care of that for me.
Thank you all for
Thank you.
coming out.
I'm sorry, I'm not practiced.
Oh, we just got into that.
Oh, yeah, no, I think that's what it always has been. I don't know, I'm just excited for my questions. Right.
I'm hoping I don't have to shoot any. I don't even we're live and nice to be able to feel something with you, but as long as you have 5 feet, that's all that matters.
What do you think? I said it yesterday and I didn't.
No, we sent our proposal.
So I.
Yeah. Okay, we're down to winter blend, which is